Good morning, everyone. My name is Wendy Harrold, and I'm so glad you guys are joining us this week. I hope you had a fabulous week last week. And so one of the things I want to do to kick us off is I want you to talk about a fabulous week. Let's talk about all the ways that people were acting in love, right? So share in your comments your acts of kindness. That's the action of being love, right? Is when we get involved in acts of kindness. So for us this week, we had an opportunity to take our neighbor's dog out for a hike. They're in their 70s and it's difficult to get their dog out sometimes with the weather we have and the amount of snow. And so we took her this week with us out for a hike, and man, that felt so good watching their dog jump and run in all the snow. It just brought me so much gratitude. We also have a friend who asked us to host their mom for tonight. And so she's coming over in a couple hours, and we're going to host her for the next 12, 14 hours. And then I had the opportunity to connect with a family member that I haven't spoken to in 40 years. And we were on the phone for an hour. So amazing week in our household, acting as love. And so I'm curious what you may have done this week or what someone did for you, right? Put that stuff in the comments. I want to blow up the internet with love. That's the point. And if for any reason you can't think of anything for yourself, then maybe take that into today's practice for yourself, right? Sit and think about when you're breathing with Ed today, what's the world you want to create? Because I want to create one that's based in love and all these ways we can show that love and act in that love. So maybe in this practice, take it in and see what that looks like for you. What's the world you want to create, right? That's how we crystallize and raise the frequency of love. We sit here today and we breathe. We get in connection with our heart. And then after that, go out and act on it. That's how you crystallize it. You got to be it. Okay, you got to be it. And so, and you got to be it without attachment, right? We can't do things wanting a specific result. That's not love either, right? That's control. So I'm going to hand this over to Ed, and I hope you all have a magical experience today.
Welcome back, everyone. Excited to be with you on our second Saturday, Living from the Heart. First week was great. We've had over a few hundred views of the program, so we know what we're doing is working. The vibration of what we're doing is working. The frequency of what we're putting out there is working. And we're pushing into the illusion of resistance that the ego comes up with. So when you're working with me, let this be as free-flowing as possible. If you want to sit in a chair, great. If you want to sit cross-legged, or you want to do a yoga posture or two, you just feel the need just to move, just let it happen. All the breathing that we're going to do is, it's very multidimensional, and you can use it in many different ways. I'm going to begin in a chair. I'm going to change to a cross-legged posture in a little bit. So let's begin by entering the body, getting out of the head, resist analyzing, leave the outer world behind for now. You can go back to it later today, and just let the eyes close and trust that it'll be there for you in a little bit. Relax your jaw. Press your feet firmly down into the earth and feel the connection that your feet are picking up to the source energy of this planet and how it's vibrating faster than ever. We must keep up with this. slow motion breathing in and out through the nose, and noticing the process of how you exchange the in-breath and the out-breath. What does that feel like? To just feel the stretch and the strength of what occurs during the process of inhale and the process of exhale. It's the secret weapon. And it's been the secret weapon for thousands of years. Not everyone knew about the breath. Now, as consciousness is rising, more and more householders have access to the breath. Never before in recorded history has this many people have access to the breath. And as you become one with the breath, know that we believe in you. We know that each of us is fully capable. We are much stronger than what keeps us up at night. Ocean sounding breath in your throat, and begin to refine the moment with your mind. It's so important, that first incision you make with your mind into your perception of what you perceive as occurring. We want to remain above the normal narrative. We want the timeline to rise quickly. And as you relax into your breath, instantaneously you begin to peel the layers of the body. The body begins to relax. You begin to see you're called to the light. You cannot escape this source, this light. You cannot escape it. You can delay it. And as you begin to become one with your breath, you'll notice there's two forms of time. There's God's time, and then there's the time where we're absent of God, or the separation, this interval. And as you can see, more and more of us are being called to live on God's time. Removing the separation or the illusion that we could ever be separate from God. So with great skill, with this ocean sound, I want you to begin to aerate the inner world in your own unique, beautiful way. And on the inhale, just sense your awareness expanding, north, south, east, and west, all directions, all geometric shapes, angles. And on the exhale, notice what occurs. Thank God for the ability to exhale and control it. After the next breath, hold the breath out for a moment, and after the next inhale, hold the breath in for a moment. Let's begin to go into the mind a little deeper, a little faster, and see if there's an intention that you'd like to work with this morning. It's important to let go. We can't reach a new reality or real life with old understandings. It's not going to work. So it's important to let go. And as soon as you let go in your own unique way, something else comes to you. It's channeled right to you. That's unique to you and your ride here on earth. And when you're holding in, I invite you to lift the ribs away from the hips, drawing the thoracic diaphragm up towards your heart and lungs. And when you're holding out, I invite you to push the thoracic diaphragm down like you're trying to evacuate your bowels. Several rounds, go deep, and stay in a vertical alignment or ascension. Now, if you'd like to stay here, that's fine. For everyone that wants to go a little deeper, let's use the same technique, but let's break the inhale down into a 50-50 fraction and the exhale down into a 50-50 fraction. So there's 2 inhales, there's 2 exhales that create a 100% cycle of inhale and exhale around the breath. So in 3, 2, 1, inhale 50%. Lift the ribs away from the hips. Relax. Inhale the remaining 50%. Hold. Lift the ribs away from the hips and hold in a little longer. When you feel the need to release the pressure, exhale slowly through your nose with an ocean sound, 50%. Push down. Relax the belly, the remaining 50% of the waist. Hold out, push down. It's that simple. Couple minutes of this. That's it. Stay with it. After the first inhale, I lift up for a 3 count. After the second inhale, I lift up for a 6 count. After the first exhale, I push down and hold out for a 3 count. And after the second exhale, I push out and down and I hold out for another 3 count. If you need to use the numbers, that's fine. But don't let the numbers judge the experience. It doesn't matter really what numbers you're using. We're just moving energy in our own divine and unique way. So the only thing you're controlling is the breath. Everything else, just let move like clouds in the sky. waves breaking on a beach, whatever visualization works for you. One more round. Just breathe self-love, self-forgiveness. Free yourself up from the egoic habits of lack, separation. We're all in this together. Let your body breathe on its own. Take your hands out front. We want to get open now with what we just did. So just energize your hands. Just energize your hands. That's it. And then just take the right hand out to the left, up, back, and down. Left hand to the right. Bend that elbow. Unweight the shoulder girdle. Close your eyes. Chin's off the chest. And you'll begin to move inside with your soul. Becoming one with the deepest version of yourself. We're just moving energy. Notice how much the heart enjoys this. The brain. And what's there for you right now? Don't strain. Just swim this unbelievable backstroke in this sea of consciousness. And we're surrounded by it. Just a couple more. Find yourself magnetically being drawn to the source inside you. Get as far inside your body as you can go at this point of your ride. Good. And bring your hands out front and rub them together like you're going to make a fire. Faster. Faster. Focus your breath. Now bring your hands onto your temples and just massage the scalp. Close your eyes. Feel touch on the brain. And let your hands go wherever they're called to go right now, on your skull, your face, your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, your lips. Just give yourself a spiritual massage, face wash, energetic cleanse, getting rid of all contaminants that we might have picked up since last week. And give yourself permission to feel all of this. Good. Feels good in the back of the head. Good, good. Shake out your hands. Fresh circulation and blood, as these fingers and arms are an extension of our heart energy and need to be purified. Deep breath in and out. Let your hands come down to your legs, palms up, stretch your fingers, energize your hand, engage your heart with your mind. On the next inhale, take your arms out to the side, drop your shoulders, and let your hands find each other overhead. Lace your fingers, hold the breath in, squeeze your core, and lift your ribs. Be at the deepest part of your heart. Lift your chin, engage your hands. Exhale in all of your glory. Let your hands come back to your thighs and just take a breath just for you. Recharge your batteries. Turn that sacred fire back on. And when you're ready, take another round. Initiate on an inhale. Fill those beautiful lungs. Energize that amazing heart. Two become one. Hold in. Squeeze your core. Lift your ribs and reach up towards the sun in your mind. Now control this exhale. Lift your chin, close your eyes, engage your hands, and feel all that light pour down in and around you. And when your hands come down, take a breath just for you, just for your inner world. Nurture it. Sunlight, water, wind. Take care of your organs. Take care of our emotions. And when you're ready, go through another one. Dive inside and stretch. Holding in, settling in, and getting control of the mind. Getting control of the mind through the knowledge of the heart. And releasing it slowly. And just letting it play. Again, bringing the heart rate down and taking a breath just for you because you are valuable and we need you at 100%. Breathe slowly, freely. Feel yourself breaking up old adhesions and habits and becoming at one with the source. Another round. Draw this fresh energy in and down. Holding in, engage your core. Releasing it in slow motion. Rolling your eyes up towards the forebrain. And this next inhale is so beautiful. Give yourself permission to fully be with it at your level of consciousness. Notice how it's trying to lift us up, while at the same time being completely grounded in our legs and our feet, in the spine, and in our mind. We're going to do one more, and I invite you to go for it. When you're ready, let it happen. Next time your hands come down, bring them up. Bend your elbows, lift your chin, open your heart. Elbows higher, lift your chin, open the throat. Wiggle your fingers. Find a focused breath with an ocean sound. Feel that light, that sparkling light. Engage the energy of your fingers. Relax your brow and pour that light in. Down the right leg, down the left leg, into the pelvic bowl, into the abdomen, up the spine, into the chest cage, through the throat, trunk of the neck, up through the face, and all through the brain. Bring your hands down. And just breathe some breaths and reacquaint yourself with your source. This wholeness, this lightness of being. And what does it feel like to be still? And stillness with breath control will lead to silence. And in the silence, we can remember. We can remember our true birthright purpose. It's okay to forget what we thought life was going to be, or any regrets. It's not important anymore. It's just noise. At the most fundamental level, we can't learn anything new unless there's silence. We can't learn anything new when we're talking. And sometimes when we're stressed, we're afraid of silence, as if we're running away from something better than us or bigger than us. None of it's true. It's just the ego's tricks. All right, I'm going to stand up for a moment and stretch. Join me. Take a couple deep breaths. Take your feet out to a gentle stretch. Bring your hands out front and just bend your knees. Sink down. Plug yourself in. Turn your palms up to the sky. Reach up, close your eyes, open the armpits. Press down through your legs, ocean-sounding breath. And just bathe yourself in light. What is the color of your light this morning? Look at the pixels of light that's pouring into you. It's all around you. We're all surrounded by it. Energize it. Bring up this heat and let it be a healing of the heat. One more beautiful breath. And then sink down and then come up. Let the hands come out. Close your eyes, lift your chin. Be that. Don't do that. Be that. I'm going to come down and sit cross-legged. Please choose something that's right for you. We don't want to strain. Settling into your seat, closing your eyes, reaching inside yourself further than you've ever been on the next inhale. Notice the further you go inside, the more you know, or the more knowledge you have. We're all just huge reservoirs of information. So get control of the breath. Let's do a couple rounds of alternate nostril breathing to sync the two prefrontal cortexes of the brain into one sense organ. Taking the right thumb and closing off the right nasal channel. Inhaling slowly up the left nostril. Closing off the left nostril, releasing the thumb pad, exhaling down the right. Inhaling slowly up the right. Close off the right nostril, open the left, slow motion exhale. Inhaling, slow motion, left nostril. Close off, release. Exhale, right, slow motion to completion. Inhaling, right nostril. Close off, release, exhale, left. Inhaling, left nostril. Close off. Exhale, slowly, right nostril. Last one. Breathing through both nostrils and bringing yourself to 0 point. A place of equanimity and great discernment, knowledge and wisdom. Only love exists here. If anything comes up for you that's not pure love, it's okay. Forgive yourself and come back to the moment with a clean mind. A fresh moment. A reboot, so to speak. Now let's all get steady. And once we get steady, let's use our mind and telepathically connect with other human beings and bring them a sort of steadiness around themselves, around their skin, around their breath. This steadiness is key in these challenging times of the illusion of separation. How steady can we get as a group right here, right now? Let's move some energy, ladies and gentlemen. Settling into your body, bringing your hands up to your shoulders, wiggle your fingers. And now make a soft fist. Sit up as tall as you can, press down through your seat, anchoring yourself in the energy of early spring. On the inhales, we're going to reach up, and on the exhales, we're going to pull down. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. Hands come to the shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. Pull light. Five more. Hands come down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the air and fold forward slowly, hinging at the hips, expelling all the waste, slowly out through the nose. Hold the breath out and come back to a straight spine wherever you may be. Be still. Inhaling in super slow motion. Recharging yourself, holding the breath in and placing your mind in your heart. And just observe the heart, the beat of the heart, the frequency of your heart. When you feel the need to breathe, inhale a little bit more. Hold in. And what is the purpose of the heart? What is your purpose with your heart? It is the greatest gift in the universe to have a human heart. And when it's time to breathe, breathe with awareness. Imagine you lack nothing, because that's the truth. What do you want to create? What do you want to create? If you can think it, you can create it. few minutes ago, we did some alternate nostril breathing. And since we're 99.9% space, let's see if we can receive the benefits of alternate nostril breathing without channeling the breath with our hands. So closing your eyes, following this imagery, inhaling up your left nostril, exhaling down your right. Inhaling up the right nostril, exhaling down the left. Inhaling up the left nostril, exhaling down the right. Inhaling up the right nostril, exhaling down the left. Continue at your pace. Notice you can do alternate nostril breathing without channeling the breath with your hand and receive the same benefits. Use your imagery and visualization skills to imagine that you're moving this wind with control in and out of the brain. Just breathing on your own now. Living fully in your heart. Let's put the brain in the back seat. Let's get the heart's awareness in the front seat at the steering wheel, working the brake and accelerator of your spiritual vehicle today. What would it be like if I viewed every thought, every emotion through my heart rather than my brain? What would it be like if every choice I made today came from my heart rather than my head? Doesn't that feel good? What if I used all of my five senses and rather than them go to the brain first for evaluation, why don't I place those five senses in my heart and let my heart navigate the internal and external environment and begin to notice what happens to our life? Place your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Get steady in your seat. And now take advantage of the space you've just created. Because it's all about the heart. Human life, at the end of the day, it's all about how many choices I've made from my heart. That's what's most important. And when you can train the brain to go to the heart first for just even the most mundane things, we begin to feel really good about ourselves, our world, other human beings that we have the appearance of being separate from through the powers that be. We are all connected on a mission. And the mission is not war. The mission is not separation and hate. The mission is to live in the truth, God's truth that's in our heart. So the head is great. It's beautiful. Does amazing things for us. But it shouldn't be the boss of the heart. that hasn't turned out too well for us the last few thousand years. So just continue to open your heart here. Notice your heart's as big as this planet. It's as big as this galaxy. It's huge. Notice how small the brain is compared to that. So we're just remembering, and then we're forgetting. We're remembering, and we forget. We all are doing this together. You are so powerful. I can't describe it to you because I can't describe it to myself. So just get steady and feel the echo of steady. Just like you're throwing a pebble in a pond, feel the echo of steady moving through your pond and how that radiates out into everyone else's pond around you. Steady. And if you wish, you can bring your hands down. Living from the heart more and more this week with each breath. I'll leave you with this description about how powerful you are. When you go outside on a sunny day and you look down at the ground and you see your shadow, you are everything but that shadow. Everything else you see around you is you, and you have access to it. And that shadow is microscopic compared to the capabilities that you've been trusted with and gifted with this lifetime as Earth makes the transition from 3D to 5D. Thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful week. And I'm going to turn it back to Wendy.
Thank you, Eddie. That was so beautiful. I want to give a big shout out to John at planet432.com. He gifted us the 432 hertz resonator, and that's what you hear in the background. Yeah. And 432 is the frequency of the planet. And so when we're all in that frequency, we're united. And then we're united in our heart. So thank you, John. I encourage you guys to check out planet432.com. If you feel so inclined, you'll see the link below. And we appreciate all your donations. We're making a donation to a different organization every month with the proceeds. So we've already started receiving donations from everybody. We cannot thank you enough for supporting what we're creating. So you know the drill. This week, go be love, go be great, and tell us, put it in the comments. Come back to these classes and put it in the comments. Let's blow up the internet with love. Until then, see you next week.